I made a video why this daughter was hit with a $660,000 tax bill when both her parents passed away. And there were a lot of comments in the suggestion about what they should have done to not pay that. I'm a CPA and tax advisor. I'm going to tell you why most of those recommendations are actually wrong. I'll do one each day for the next 5 days, but today I'm not going to go over any strategies though. I'm just going to explain why they're taxed that much. Everyone in the comments wants me to clarify that it's not the daughter paying the tax, it's the estate paying the tax, and the daughter's going to get what's left over after the estate pays its taxes. Yes, that is true, but at the end of the day, that's just mechanics. In either situation, the daughter is getting what's left over after the taxes. There's no reason in focusing on the mechanics, it's just going to confuse more people. Now, it's important to highlight what the parents owned. They owned an RSP worth $700,000, and they owned a cottage worth at least $1.2 million. It's gone up in value at least $1.2 million. They also owned another home which they sold just a couple years before both their deaths, and they used their principal residence exemption on that. A principal residence exemption lets you sell a home tax-free if you live in it during all the years of ownership. And when you pass away, you're deemed to sell everything you own. And that's why they had to pay tax on the cottage, because they already owned another property which was tax-free when they sold, and this home, it wasn't tax-free because they had another property. And then the RSPs, the full amount is taxed when you pass away unless you're giving it to your spouse. And in this case, both parents passed away, so that's why they were fully taxed on the RSP. Now I'm going to make a series of videos of all the things that were wrong in the comments, but I think one of the things I really want to clarify is that this is not unreasonable. With the increase of the property of $1.2 million and the RSP of $700,000, there's at least $1.9 million of income that hasn't been taxed yet. It would work as about 27% tax on the appreciation and about 54% tax on the RSP. Now, I'm not here to get political or talk about your opinion on taxes. If you think that you shouldn't have to pay tax when you pass away, that's fair. That's your opinion. I'm in the business of saving taxes, so it's not like I think saving taxes is unreasonable. Literally, that's what my only goal is. But I think when you get into a situation where people never pay taxes, even on death, then you have people holding on to properties forever. And in Canada, that would be an even bigger deal because there's already, a shortage of homes. And you may run into situations which is common in the US, where people actually never sell their properties because they never want to pay taxes and they just borrow against it. Again, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just kind of explaining the policy rationale behind these rules. Now, the next 4 days, I'll go through other strategies and why those don't work. So follow to stay tuned about different strategies and why they don't work in this situation.